Hi, everybody. Welcome to Studio 801's Music Matters. Today we have with us Hawk Mattei. Welcome, Hawk. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the name of the band, Hawk Mattei.
Well, Mattei is my middle name, and then Hawk. I learned shortly ago that was supposed to be my God-given name. I was going to be Hawk Mattei. Instead, it's Grant. Pretty far jump from Hawk, but I'm kind of just reclaiming that alternate version of myself that I could have been in another life.
Yeah. Well, you can be it in this life now. So
yeah, I'm just saying, you know what?
Own it.
I'm going to be Hawk.
Yep.
So I am Hawk. There we go.
Awesome. So, Hawk, you're kind of like a one-man band.
That's right.
So you tell me a little bit, like, how did that whole thing evolve, and tell me a little bit about what you play and how you do it.
Sure. It all stems from being a perfectionist. I've played in bands where I'm just one musician my whole life, and that was fine with me. I love adding to a collective that's bigger than myself. But then I go back into my studio, and when I songwrite the songs that I want to hear, well, I just can't reproduce it any other way than having full control at my disposal and making every decision about the way certain things sound. And so it started in the studio, and then once I took it to the stage, I kind of couldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so what instruments do you play?
Started with guitar. That was my first instrument. Around the age of 8 or 9 is when I started learning.
Okay.
Shortly after, a couple years, I picked up drums, then piano, and then after I got the 3 main basics down, flute, didgeridoo, violin, synthesizer, I guess, if that's different, all sorts of percussion, sitar. The latest is saxophone. I'm trying to learn the Freebird solo on saxophone right now. I don't know if it's ever been done, and I'm only about 10 or 15 seconds in, but
it's a long solo.
Yeah.
We've actually got on our YouTube channel, there's another band that we do live sound for sometimes, and their guitarist does a really great version of Freebird.
Did they play the New Year's party?
Yes.
That's what inspired me to learn it.
Oh, really?
I saw that and I was like, man, this guy better nail this solo, because you can't just play the Freebird solo and not get it perfect. And he did. He nailed it. And after I saw that, I was like, okay.
In fact, my other son had gone to see Leonard Skinner up in Choctaw, I think.
Oh, yeah?
And he said that Jason, the other guitarist, his version of it was better than Leonard Skinner's was up at Choctaw. He's
Wow.
pretty skilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was proud to have witnessed that firsthand.
That's pretty cool. I know Ryan's done some cool arrangements. He did a arrangement of "Don't Stop Me Now," Queen, on saxophone.
Oh, wow. That's got to be juicy, man. The imagination only goes so far with that, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was actually, he did so for his graduation, he didn't have a graduation party. He had a graduation concert.
That's sweet.
And so we had a band that we had hired so that he and his friends could play in with them on the different songs. So it kind of takes all the risk out of it. You can play the songs that you know and whatever. But he had his song that he had one song that he had written. He had this arrangement by Queen and a couple other songs that him and his friends all got together and they played. So that was pretty fun to watch. And then I think we went to the Queen concert and they played "Don't Stop Me Now" and it ended in the same way as his arrangement. He's like, "That's the same way I did it, Dad."
That's insane. Yeah, because when you're improvising, you're pulling from this other, state of consciousness, and it's interesting to see the similarities with complete strangers that y'all will make the same decision.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's that just kind of being in tune and having the same mental process as you go through it.
How did Queen perform without Mercury?
Oh, it was Adam Lambert.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Freddie Mercury, but he's definitely worthy of.
Sure, he's up there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
worthy of stepping in those shoes. Yeah. So music for you, is it in the family, or is it just you got interested in it, or?
If my dad were here and you asked him what music he listens to, it's exclusively like Bee Gees and any kind of just ambiguous, super underground 80s artist that you never would have heard of.
Mhm.
And the biggest reason for that being is because he hardly listens to music at all.
Mhm.
On my mom's side, we like to say that that's where I get my musical inclination.
Right.
But even still, I've got a couple family members. I have a band with my cousin,
Mhm.
the Lockjaws. Actually, we're about to make our debut. But
Okay.
other than that, no, I'm the first generation music guy right here.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So you got you play by yourself. You play in the Lockjaws with your cousin.
Right.
You in any other bands?
Nope, my hands are full between Hawk Mattei and the Lockjaws, and then recording, mixing, and producing everything myself. It's more than a full-time job at this point. Now I will say, the direction that I want to take Hawk Mattei in is turn it into less of a one-man band like how it is now, and kind of spin off with a collective, kind of like Grateful Dead or Animal Collective,
Mhm.
and just invite, my musical buddies, my cousin, to just come on stage. I would call it the Hawk Flock, or Hawk Mattei and his flock, or something.
Mhm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not that self-centered, but just
Mhm.
it'd be nice to start a group without any drive or pressure behind it, except for the love of making music and just jamming out.
Mhm.
So
Who are some of your musical influences? Who inspires you? Who do you aspire to be like?
I've always struggled with that question because I really easily confuse my influences with the people that I end up sounding like. So if you ask me what my songs sound like, I'd tell you like Tame Impala, Tommy Newport, any kind of indie funk psychedelic groups out there that are big right now, Pond. But the music I listen to, it can almost be difficult to see the connection. It's like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Bootsy Collins, a lot of Motown, and I listen to really bad music and I love it. But then when I make my own music, I want it to be super polished and bright and tight. And so I'm attracted to one thing, but my output is something completely different.
That's part of artistry.
Right.
Yeah. So since you talked about bad music, a little off the wall question here.
Sure.
I'll give you the choice: song or album, best or worst name. Best or worst name for a song, or best or worst name for an album. So I'll give you an example. Like,
I'm gonna have to lean in close here.
so like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium. I think that's a fabulous name for an album.
Okay. Oh.
I know it's a tough one, but it kind of twists your brain a little bit. Because I think like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was one of the worst album names, just because it's like, who the heck is Sgt. Pepper and what is a Lonely Hearts Club?
Right. It's got nothing to do with the music.
Right.
I agree. It's for that reason I've not really delved into the album at all because of that. Just the singles.
It's a good album. There's a lot of good songs that are in there. There is a song, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but I just never made the connection. The album is really cool. The album art is like fantastic.
I've got the best album name right here for you.
Okay.
A Laughing Death in Meat Space by Tropical Fuckstorm.
I think you might have a double winner there.
Band name too.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And that's another example of music that I love, which most people would consider bad. But the only reason I listened to them in the first place is because how can you ignore a name like that?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good name.
Right.
If the music's just so repulsive, but you still love it.
We all have songs that we love to hate. I guess, is that the right? Love to hate, hate to love.
Hate to Love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whichever. One of
Hate to
those.
Love.
One of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I Hate to Love the entire Nonagon Infinity album by King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard.
Mhm.
I don't know if y'all are familiar with it.
Mm-mm.
It's just an endless loop. Each song bleeds into each other, like Pink Floyd, except
Okay.
the last song bleeds into the first.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can truly listen to
Do
it
it over
for
and over.
infinity.
That's pretty cool. I like that. That's clever. That's a clever idea.
I've driven myself to insanity
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
And I should be burnt out on the songs.
Right.
I'll gladly listen. I listened to it on the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, are you playing around town, gigging a lot?
Right now, I'm on a bit of a hiatus.
Mhm.
You know, it's the winter season. Things
Right.
are a little slower. I plan to, though.
Okay.
I'll tell you an interesting concept I came up with while I was watching the Dead and Company on
Mhm.
their farewell tour. When I was seeing them up there play, I thought I may or may not have been under the influence of certain mind-altering substances.
Uh-huh.
And I was just thinking, you know, music is all about, when it's live, this worshiping spiritual connection
Mhm.
that thousands or just large numbers of people can have with each other. And I don't know why it has to be so manufactured in these venues that are so out of touch with the everyday lives that we live.
Right.
And so I had the idea, patent pending, back off, that I just start getting event permits for just like local parks, lakes,
Mhm.
outdoor spots, set up amps, bring a
Mhm.
generator in the middle of like a beach or the woods,
Mhm.
start a campfire, maybe some logs.
Little
Just
bit
have
of
a bunch of people.
Woodstockish.
Yeah, just like super tribal,
Mm-hmm.
primitive, bring everybody back to their roots on
Yeah.
that level as well as on a musical plane.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, so
Yeah, if you end up doing that and you need somebody to serve alcohol, hit me up.
yeah, well, if y'all are interested,
Yeah.
it'd be something I'd be interested in collaborating.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we do live sound, so we will bring sound out. We've done the middle of nowhere in a field kind of events before, so
Oh, yeah.
it wouldn't be the first. We've done that a couple of times. It's just getting in and out, and then getting power.
Right.
Those are kind of the big things, but it's doable. It's definitely doable.
And then y'all are my guys, it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah,
Coming soon.
yeah. Awesome. Where can people find your music?
Anywhere they look. It's on all platforms. The one caveat right now is that on Apple Music, my name is still what I used to go by, which is just Groove. Horrible name. There's 1,000 grooves. So Apple Music, you'll have to look up Groove plus the name of one of my songs. Everything else, just look up Hawk Mattei, Mattei, and I'm there.
Okay, awesome. Hawk, thanks for being with us today. Looking forward to seeing you perform at Rockin' Winter Music Festival. That's February the 18th at the Revel in Frisco. Looking forward to seeing you play there.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
right.
It was a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Who's that baby making me smile? Why don't you stay a while? Yeah, that's my mood child. And if you wanna put me on trial, no need to testify. Yeah, that's my mood child. Mood child, you know I never lied to you. Long time that we could take a ride in a drop top, but you don't want it side, do ya? Ooh, ha, yeah. Make it down, gotta talk to you. Raise the bar from the ground, let me talk to you. Anytime you're around, watch it flop to you. Ooh, hey. Get mine, let's try some else, babe. Looking good, cause I read you like a book, babe. Come and get it, let me tell you how you looking, babe. Yeah. Who's that baby making me smile? Why don't you stay a while? Yeah, that's my mood child. you always looking past me like it's not clear? Getting my last call and I'm sober. Got me thinking, is it really truly over? Then you're giving me that look from the shoulder. Well, alright. Who's that baby making me smile? Why don't you stay a while? Yeah.